You slide out of your mother and drop onto the ground, somewhere in the Arabian desert. Your legs are already long, longer than your body seems ready for, and they fold underneath you as you land, so you end up flat on your side with all four legs pointing in different directions. Your mother walks a few steps away and starts eating from a low shrub, so there is nobody steadying you or waiting for you to get up. You need to stand, so you start trying. You get your front legs out in front of you and push up with your back. But your back legs slide apart across the dry ground, so your whole body tips forward and your chin hits the dirt. You pull your legs back underneath you and try again, this time getting your back end up first, but your front legs buckle, so you go down again with your chest hitting the ground hard. A desert monitor lizard has been watching from a few meters away, with its head low and its body still. It starts walking toward you slowly, so your mother turns around and drives it off with a hard kick that sends it running. You try again, getting all four legs under you at the same time and pushing up all at once, and this time you make it up onto your feet with your legs shaking under your weight. That is the first time you have ever stood. You take one step toward your mother and your front right leg goes sideways, but you catch yourself before going down, so you keep going with your body wobbling on every step until you reach her side and start feeding. A few hours later, your legs stop shaking. You can stand without catching yourself now, but the desert around you is much bigger than you are, and you have only just learned to stand in it. You are a few weeks old now, and you have been following your mother across the desert every day, copying everything she does. She stops at a low thorny shrub and pulls a mouthful of leaves from the side of a branch, chewing slowly before moving to the next one. You are hungry too, so you move toward the same shrub and bite straight into the branch the way you saw her do it. But the thorns dig into the inside of your mouth, so you pull back fast with your head jerking to the side. You watch her again more carefully this time, and you see that she angles her lips around the thorns and only takes the leaves from the edges, so you try it her way and it works. Then the two of you reach a wide, rocky waterhole where a group of dromedary camels is already drinking. Your mother walks to the edge and drinks alongside them, but one of the younger male camels swings his head toward you and pushes you back with his chest, knocking you sideways a few steps. He is much bigger than you and you cannot push back, so you wait at the edge with your legs together watching the group drink. After a while, the male camel moves away from the water's edge to graze, so you walk in fast and drop your head down to drink before anything else moves toward you. You get a full drink before your mother pulls away and leads you on. You have learned that waiting and moving at the right moment gets you further than trying to push your way in. But the desert has much bigger animals than that young camel, and sooner or later one of them will not just push you aside. You are 6 months old now, and you have grown enough that your legs carry you easily across the ground without shaking. You are moving through open scrubland with your mother when the sky turns brown above the horizon, and a wall of sand rolls across the desert toward you. Your mother drops straight to her knees, tucks her head down toward the ground, and stays still. You need to do the same, so you start to drop, but you go down too fast on your front legs and your back end stays up, so you end up at an angle with your chin on the ground and your back legs still standing. The sand hits you before you can fix your position, pushing hard against your side and knocking you over, so you roll once across the ground before stopping flat on your side. You get your legs under you and try to stand, but the sand keeps pushing you sideways, so you drop back down and press yourself as low as you can go and stay there with your eyes closed and your head tucked in. After a while, the sand stops pushing and you lift your head. The scrubland around you looks different now, with dunes built up against the shrubs and the path you came from buried under a new layer of ground. Your mother is standing a short distance away and already walking in a new direction, so you get up and follow her. But a wide dune now sits between you and where she is heading, and every time you climb it, your back legs slip and send you sliding to the bottom again. You angle across the face of the dune instead of going straight up, taking it sideways, and that gets you to the top. The desert keeps changing shape under you, and you are still learning how to move across all of it. You are 2 years old now, and your mother has joined a small group of guanacos moving through the same stretch of desert. You have been traveling with them for several weeks, staying close to the edge of the group and eating from the same shrubs they use. Then one morning, the largest female in the group turns away from a shrub, walks straight toward you, and bites down hard on the side of your neck before you can move away. She is trying to push you out, and she outweighs you enough that the bite alone knocks your head sideways. But something comes up from inside you that has never come out before. You spin toward her and spit a thick mouthful of chewed-up plant matter straight into her face, and she pulls back with her head shaking. That is the first time you have ever fought back against anything. She stands still for a moment looking at you, then turns and walks back to the shrub. Later that same day, she comes back to the shrub you are eating from and pushes her body against yours until you step away. You circle around the outside of the group and come at the shrub from the other side, eating quickly before she notices, getting enough before she crosses over and pushes you off again. You do not leave the group. You are too different to fully belong with the guanacos, but you are also too stubborn to be pushed out. The gap between you and the rest of them is not closing, and one day the group may decide to stop tolerating you altogether. You are 4 years old now, and something has changed in your body over the past few weeks. You have been tracking a female guanaco across the desert for 3 days, staying close behind her as she moves from shrub to shrub. She lets you stay near her without running, but every time you move toward her directly, she steps away and keeps eating. Then a large male dromedary camel comes over a ridge with his head high and his chest out, and when he sees you near the female, he breaks into a run straight toward you. You are lower to the ground than him and faster in a short turn, so when he gets close, you go left and he goes wide, trying to follow with his bigger body carrying him past you. He turns and charges again, and again you cut sideways so he runs past, with his legs taking too long to change direction. He tries 3 more times, each one ending the same way, until he stops and stands still with his sides moving in and out from the effort. Then he walks away. You have held your ground against an animal 6 times your size without taking a single hit, and that is something you could not have done a year ago. But when you turn back to where the female guanaco was standing, she is already gone, with only her tracks leading off across the sand in the direction she left while you were busy. You stand alone in the open desert for a moment, then turn and walk on. Your body is fully grown now, but the things that come with that are harder to find than food or water. You are 8 years old now, and the dry season has gone on longer than any you have seen before, with water holes across the desert dried to cracked mud one after another. You have been walking for 2 full days looking for water, drawing on the fat stored in your legs and along your back to keep going where other animals have already stopped. Eventually, you find a rocky wadi with a small pool still sitting at the bottom, but a group of 6 dromedary camels is already there with their heads down and drinking. You move toward the edge of the pool, but the nearest camel swings its body sideways and blocks you with its flank, so you get pushed back before your head even reaches the water. You pull away and wait at a distance, watching the group. After a while, 2 of the camels move away from the pool to graze at a shrub nearby, so you walk back in fast and get your head down to the water, drinking as much as you can before the remaining camels close the gap again and push you out a second time. You circle around to the far side of the pool and try again from that angle, getting another short drink before a camel follows you around and blocks you once more. On your 3rd attempt, you time it right, moving in the moment 2 more camels step away, and this time you get a full drink before anything reaches you. You have learned to take what you need across multiple attempts, rather than forcing one that will not work. But the dry season is still going, and the distance between water is only getting longer. You are 12 years old now, and you are crossing a flat open stretch of desert when 3 Arabian wolves come over a low ridge to your left and start running toward you in a wide spread, with one cutting left and one cutting right so the third can come straight at you from the front. You need open ground to run, so you break into a full run before they close the gap, but the 2 on the outside are already ahead of you and curving in to cut off the direction you are heading. You turn hard to the right, and the wolf on that side is close enough that you can see it adjust its path to match yours. It comes in low, trying to get to the back of your leg, so you kick back hard with your right rear leg and catch it across the jaw, sending it sideways across the ground. The other 2 pull up for a moment, so you use that gap to run toward a stretch of rocky ground at the edge of the flat, where the surface breaks up into loose stone and low boulders. You get there before they reach you and turn around with the rocks at your back so nothing can come at you from behind. The 2 remaining wolves circle the edge of the rocks for a while, with their bodies low and their heads watching you, trying to find a way in. But the ground between them and you is broken enough that they cannot get up speed, so after a long wait, they turn and leave. Your rear leg has a bite on it from the one wolf that got close, and it makes you walk with a slight drag for the rest of the day. But by the following morning, you are moving normally again. Next time, there may be more of them. You are 17 years old now, and you are crossing a wide salt flat alone when your front right leg goes through the surface without warning, dropping straight down into wet mud beneath a thin white crust that looked solid from above. You pull back hard trying to get the leg out, but the mud holds it, so you lean your weight onto your other 3 legs and pull again with everything you have. The leg comes up a few centimeters and then gets sucked back down deeper than it started. You try to back up, pushing off with your rear legs to drag the front one free, but the force of pushing drives your back left leg through the crust as well. So now 2 legs are in the mud with your body tilting forward and sideways at the same time. You get your free front leg out to the side trying to use it as an anchor and pull, and for a moment your body lifts slightly. But then the crust under that leg cracks too and it goes through, leaving only your back right leg still on solid ground. You push down on that last leg with everything left in your body, with your neck stretched forward and your whole weight pulling toward the surface. The crust around it holds for a little while. Then it gives way and all 4 legs are gone. You keep pushing for a long time after that, with your body sinking slowly and your head staying up above the surface as long as it can. Then the mud closes over you, the flat white surface goes still, and the desert carries on exactly as it was before you were in it.